Welcome back. You're watching NewsX. I am Rishabh Gulati. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, here we are. The battle for the national capital has now come to the culmination of the voter booth. The people have heard the arguments. They've seen the case histories, and they, after having gone through pollution and flooding and all sorts of politicking around it, have now been told that the latest issue, from corruption to management, in fact, even on issues of immigration, this battle has to be fought. But here's an opportunity where the wisdom of the crowd, and that's a scientifically established fact, it is statistically significant, that given the sample size of the millions of people that will vote in just this one city, get to inform the politicians what they think of all that they have been told. Parliament has been running, we have seen a budget that has just concluded, and now, of course, the first election of 2025 in this country. How is it panning out? Let's open this up. So now what we're going to do is, we're going to have we have 18 reporters on the ground in Delhi. Our studios, of course, where I'm sitting from, is also in Delhi, and we get a chance to take a dipstick test. Okay, anecdotally, what is going on in various parts of the city, what is going on in various constituencies and various polling booths, where we ask the people what are the issues that they're voting for. It gives us an indicative in our studios for all our parallel conversations that we're going to have. What is the pulse of the people? And that indicative, yes, some people are shy on camera, some people, once the camera turns on them, don't really speak their heart out, but many, you'll be surprised, during the course of the day will certainly. My colleagues Uday Pratap Singh, Shubh Rana, Mehndikar, Gaditya Kumar, Manohar, Javed, Simran, Sambhav, Anand, Brian are all over this city. We also have members of parliament from various political parties sitting with us. Let me kick this off. Anand Singh, Brian Thomas, Mehndikar. Let me start off with Anand. Anand, it's bright and early. How are the preparations going where you are standing in Nirman Bhavan? All good to go?
Yeah, Rishabh, look, if we talk about the preparations at the Nirman Bhavan, which is one of the high-profile constituencies in the New Delhi Assembly seat of the national capital. So here, the preparations are underway, and as we can see, all the officials of the Delhi Police and Election Commissions have arrived over here, and they are taking the stock of the situation over here just ahead of the crucial polls as it's about to begin shortly from this polling center. As at this polling center, several of the top leaders will be coming and exercising their franchise over here, which includes Congress leader Rahul Gandhi, Sonia Gandhi, and BJP candidate from the New Delhi Assembly seat, Parvez Singh Verma. So, as you can see in the pictures, that the security officials over here are taking stock of the situation, and people are yet to come, even as it's just 7 a.m. in the morning, and polling is almost to start over here. So clearly, people will start arriving at this polling center, and as you can see, the Election Commission has also put out the hoardings of the selfie centers. After casting their vote, the people need to come and they can click their selfies over here, and the police can be seen here arranging the barricades just ahead of the crucial polling begins in the national capital. Back to you, Rishabh.
Okay, so yeah, that's what's happening. It's heavy security, I can tell you, across Delhi. It's been a dry day for the past couple of days. And like I said, it is the first battle, 70 constituencies, and Arvind Kejriwal, who's been the phenomenon of Delhi politics and has expanded his scope of the Aam Aadmi Party across into Punjab, is the person who has to now be taken on by the Bharatiya Janata Party. The Congress, which ruled Delhi for 15 years before this Aam Aadmi Party phenomenon, before the creation of this very party, in fact, wants to figure out what its future in the national capital is going to be. And well, what do you think? Can the BJP pull off an upset? Can there be a BJP government at the center and of course in the city, or will Arvind Kejriwal, well, form a government once again and defy all expectations regardless of what has happened? Because remember, this time last year, where we were on the running weeks of a national election, there was all sort of pandemonium. Ministers of the Aam Aadmi Party government had been jailed, Arvind Kejriwal himself jailed, then released. the Aam Aadmi Party lost all the 7 seats in the Lok Sabha elections, but right before that in the MCD elections, they had done pretty well. So what's the pulse of Delhi? Let's hop across now to my colleague Mehendi, who's standing by in Kalkaji, very important constituency in South Delhi, where of course the incumbent Chief Minister Atishi has been holding fort. Ramesh Biduri of the BJP is the challenger. It's pretty quiet where you are standing. Mehendi, show us around and tell us a bit about the constituency and how the battle is shaping up.
Well, indeed, Rishabh, we are in the VVIP constituency right now, and we are at Kalkaji Mandir, where all the senior leaders will be coming. Sometime back, Manish Sisodia came here. Now, just a few moments back, Shikha Rai, the BJP candidate from Greater Kailash, has also went inside to take the blessing. And, very soon, Saurabh Bhardwaj will also be coming
Mehendi,
to
in
the
fact, I'm going
Kalkaji
to interrupt
Mandir
you for just a second, because we're going to hop across to Brian in Nizamuddin, where he's in conversation with Sandeep Dixit. Let's listen in.
नए कैंडिडेट्स आए हैं, वो क्या ऑफर करते हैं उसको देखेंगे. जैसे मैंने कहा, आज तो मैं सबसे यही आशा करूंगा कि आए, वोट करें और पार्टी को ना देखें, कैंडिडेट को ना देखें, वो देखें उनके मैनिफेस्टो में वो क्या करना चाहते हैं, कौन कैंडिडेट है जिसके अंदर में क्षमता है उनका काम करने की, विकास के लिए करें, एक अच्छी दिल्ली बनाने के लिए करें. Today I'm not going to talk about politics and party. It's a date for vote and we should vote.
सर, बड़े बड़े नेताओं ने आपके पक्ष में अपील की है, पप्पू यादव ने, शशि थरूर ने, नवजोत सिंह सिद्धू ने, क्या कहेंगे?
देखिए, मैं उनका धन्यवाद करता हूं. मेरे मित्र भी हैं, शायद उन्होंने मेरा काम देखा है और इन लोगों ने अपील की है, तो मैं मतदाताओं से केवल ये कहूंगा कि लोगों की अपील देखें, जो भी कैंडिडेट्स की और मेरी और लोगों की क्षमता है उसे देखें, और उनको जो लगता है कि नई दिल्ली की बात हो तो नई दिल्ली में बात हो तो पार्टी में, जो लगे उनको कि कैंडिडेट काम कर सकेगा, जो पार्टी दिल्ली को अच्छा बना सकेगी, जो ईमानदारी से जिसने उनके बीच में जाकर अपनी बातें रखी हैं, जिसने सही तरीके से कहा है कि क्या दिल्ली बन सकती है नहीं, जिसने आरोप प्रत्यारोप से कम एक अच्छी दिल्ली बनाने का वायदा किया है, मैं आशा करूंगा नागरिक के रूप में हर वोटर वोट करेगा. Thank you.
सर, एक सिंगल आइडिया.
Okay, there you have, Sandeep Dixit, the son of the late great Sheila Dixit, who was a 3-time Chief Minister of this city. His father, of course, Sandeep Dixit, a veteran Congress person. And he is trying to revive the fates of the Congress party. I think pretty much, I'm pretty sure that's Alka Lamba standing in the polling queue this morning. That was in Nizamuddin East, where Sandeep Dixit lives. That's part of the Jangpura constituency, where, of course, Manish Sisodia is the person incumbent who's being challenged by Tarvinder Singh Marwa of the Bharatiya Janata Party, and a candidate there. In fact, speak of Manish Sisodia, and there he is visiting a temple early this morning. Mehendi, sorry to have interrupted you. Let's hop across back to you in Kalkaji, where of course it is Atishi versus Ramesh Biduri. What's happening?
Well, indeed, Rishabh, very interesting fight in the Kalkaji assembly, and right now we are in front of the Kalkaji Mandir, where, Manish Sisodia, the Aam Aadmi Party leader, just came, and he also, talked with us, and very confidently he said that Aam Aadmi Party is making the government this time. And not only Manish Sisodia, but Shikha Rai, the BJP candidate, is also inside the Kalkaji Mandir right now. The Kalkaji constituency. Very close fight between Aam Aadmi Party, BJP and Congress, because the incumbent Chief Minister Atishi is contesting from Aam Aadmi Party. From BJP, the senior leader and former Member of Parliament Ramesh Biduri is contesting, but from the Congress Party, Alka Lamba. So yes, all the three candidates hold a very, we can say that strong stand in this particular constituency. So the fight is very, we can say very close, but the issues are a lot in this particular constituency. When we talked on ground with people as well, there are a lot of issues. The traffic congestion is an issue, the bad water quality is an issue here, and people are again and again saying that they are not in the favor of freebies that have been offered. Some people are also going inside. We'll try to have an understanding with them as well. Ma'am, आज वोटिंग है, किस तरीके के मुद्दे हैं आपके दिमाग में फिलहाल वोट करने से पहले?
वोटिंग से पहले तो अच्छा ही सोच के आए हैं.
क्या पानी मुद्दा है, बिजली मुद्दा है, ट्रैफिक यहाँ पर मुद्दा लगता है आपको बड़े मुद्दे हैं कालकाजी?
ट्रैफिक वैसे हम दिल्ली के लोकल नहीं है, यूपी के हैं.
Okay. So yes, Rishabh, some people are coming here to, take the blessings. But yes, the very close fight is here in the Kalkaji assembly. And a lot of issues people are talking about, the local issues. And also, yes, Rishabh.
Okay, stay with me. There's a lot of static in your mic, Mehendi. Ask your camera person to fix it, please. It's distracting. Let me quickly... Brian, meanwhile, is trying to get into conversation with Sandeep Dixit. I'll be told as soon as we have him with us. Let me hop across and introduce our guest this morning as well. I can see Alok Mehta joining us bright and early. Brian, if you're with us, do you have Sandeep Dixit with you?
सरकार बनाइए, अच्छे कैंडिडेट्स पकड़िए. You are building your future. Think about that.
And what are the people hoping for? Are they looking for development? What kind of development?
I hope we are looking for development.
And is it will be the local issues or national issues that people will?
No, not national. In Delhi, people have always voted for local issues, but local issues are statewide issues, and they will vote for that.
Thank you so much for talking to us. So yes, viewers, that was Sandeep
Okay,
Dixit.
Brian,
who
we'll
spoke
come
to us
back to you
exclusively.
and we'll play out the detailed conversation. I mean, we know what's going to be said on election morning. Whatever had to be done is already done. It's going to be a busy day across the board because the election, of course, happening in Delhi. We're expecting the Prime Minister to be on tour, perhaps even heading down to the Mahakumbh in Prayagraj very, very shortly. Let me hop across, like I said, introduce our guests. Alok Mehta joining us bright and early this morning. I'm expecting Himanshu Bhatt is also with us. I can spot Sumit Peer, Bhaskar Ghosh is going to be joining us, Nimi Rastogi will be joining us, and Gautam Seth of the Congress Party to be joining us this morning as well. Alok Mehta, let me start with you, sir. Here we are. Okay, now I know it's a tough one because everyone is suggesting don't count out Arvind Kejriwal. He's the political phenomenon in Delhi. He has a lot of support base in the east of Delhi and other places. That don't count him out, but can the BJP pull off a surprise upset? Can they come from nothing to everything in Delhi? So what's your gut reaction telling you?
Very good morning, Rishabh. I think this is a really historical election because, as you mentioned, Lal Krishna Advani was the Metropolitan Council chairman before even the assembly. So since then I am following this Delhi elections, and Uma Shankar Dixit was Home Minister. And his daughter-in-law Sheila Dixit was also behind the curtain. She was also running politics to some extent. She was helping him. So she's such a stalwart leader were there. Then Madan Lal Khurana, H.K.L. Bhagat, Sahab Singh. But I have not seen such a leader like Arvind Kejriwal in Delhi or even Indian politics. Because he is not a politician. He is a real, very, very clever, I think, the person who managed everybody from Sam Ramdev to Pranab Mukherjee to Lal Krishna Advani to VHP to Congress to Mamata Banerjee and Sharad Pawar. That's why I think this is a historical in that sense, because the survival of Kejriwal will also turn the politics. Because he won and his party win this election, then certainly it will give him more power to for the alliance also. But you see, at the same time, Rahul Gandhi, I have seen Sanjay Gandhi, Rajiv Gandhi and Rahul Gandhi. So, Rahul Gandhi, 2 or 3 days he just campaigned. Last day, he also went to Alka Lamba. And that's why this is time a very, very interesting election. Because for BJP, after 25 years, they are fighting with a full strength, but without a face, without a leader. Only Narendra Modi is the real face, and even Amit Shah. I have not seen such a senior leaders campaigning for Delhi election, almost door to door. Day before yesterday, Amit Shah ji was in Jangpura against Manish Sisodia campaigning for a BJP candidate. So they are fighting from worker to Prime Minister itself, and that's why it's a very interesting election. I think it will be difficult for Kejriwal and his party to survive as a majority. Certainly, he some pockets with the Juggi Jopri and all, he's trying his best, but this time the RSS is also very active. So I don't think it's very easy for Kejriwal to win over what he used to get.
If you wanted to set a flavor, politicians are out this morning and campaigning. One of them, in fact, at the banks of the Yamuna. There's been a last-minute controversy was whether you'll drink the water from the Yamuna, whether it's poisoned or not. I don't know if it's being poisoned or not, but certainly I don't think any of us are going to dip a glass and drink the water from the Yamuna. It would be an unpleasant experience. Sumit P, let me ask you the same question. I mean, it's difficult to stick our neck out. Who knows what's going to happen, right? Because the last local election in Delhi, we're thinking about 18 months ago, okay, municipal elections happening. By this time, there's already been a long-standing senior minister of the Aam Aadmi Party government who's already been in jail. We are seeing Manish Sisodia being in jail. There is a liquor scam that is being alleged, but the people had none of it. They didn't believe it. They still voted large numbers for the Aam Aadmi Party in the local elections. Then, of course, Arvind Kejriwal himself, just a few weeks before the general elections, goes to jail. The BJP sweeps the general elections, and here we are, another year later, I don't know if corruption is the primary issue, because all I've been hearing the last few days is immigration and minority votes and Yamuna poisoning. Everybody seems to have forgotten pollution. What's your gut instinct telling you?
Rishabh ji, good morning. Pleasure to be with you on the election day. Well, the things look like Kejriwal is not what he used to be. He is not that mighty or that high what he used to be. His image has taken a major beating, and I could see that this time he's desperate. All the small little tactics he has been trying to use to get back to the people's hearts and mind. And with that atrocious claim that somebody in Haryana poisoned the Yamuna and there was a genocide planned and 1/3 of the Delhi was supposed to be wiped out, assuming and knowing that there is no way the water could have been sent to a BJP Karyakarta's house or to Aam Aadmi's Karyakarta's house. There was no mechanism even available today. And the same water could have not gone to the parliament, could have not gone to the MPs, could have not gone to the judges, to the police, which is kind of atrocious. And this man is an IITN with an IRS degree. So that talks about the level of desperation. He's feeling the heat. He's feeling the problems this time. And I think his chances have been sizably depleted because Congress is really fighting an election this time. It is the Congress fighting the election. It's BJP coming with the might, and his personal image and aura depleting. All the three put together, is not in a position where he used to be in the last two elections. He knows it's now or never, because if he loses Delhi, which is quite a chance now, then days of Punjab are counted, and how the days of Aam Aadmi Party itself are counted. For him to be relevant in the power and to survive in the power, he has to win Delhi come what may. It doesn't matter does he win or lose his seat, but the Aam Aadmi Party has to win Delhi by hook or crook. That is what he was trying to do.
Okay.
Because if it was
it's important, but the BJP is also in a very weird scenario in Delhi, because they sweep the Lok Sabha elections again and again, twice in a row. 7 out of 7 seats. But when it came to the last Delhi elections, only cobbled up 3 seats. And the Congress was a 0. Himanshu Bhatt. Now, so let me pick up is the Congress in revival mode? We've seen Sandeep Dixit out and about. Is it in revival mode? Because, some of the legends of the Congress, you have Sandeep Dixit, yes, Ajay Maken, these are all, solid Delhi wala. That's where the political futures were built.
Well, I think I have a feeling, the solid Congressies have been able to, tell their leaders and make them understand that for Congress to revive in a place like Delhi, they need to get Aam Aadmi Party out. And that's why, when Sumit said, Congress revival is taking place. See, you see the vote share of Congress in 2019. What, 4.67%? With no seats? This time also they might not have any seats. Let me put it that way. But if that vote percentage increases by 3%, and you will find that the results being flipped at least on 15 to 20 seats. And that is what exactly Congress's revival will begin from there. Sandeep Dixit getting 10 or 12,000 votes in his constituency will ensure that Pravesh Verma wins. See, these are the types of combinations and these are the types of equations you have in Delhi. In a small assembly segment, when you have, a third party taking up 8 to 10,000 votes can shift the result from one place to other. And that is what I am looking at.
Okay, but that's all bad news for the Aam Aadmi Party. Now, remember,
Yes,
it is the Aam Aadmi Party that destroyed the Congress in Delhi, not the BJP. The BJP has not been in power in Delhi for the past almost 30 years. Okay, so that's what actually happened. And if a reversal is true, whose benefit? You would think the BJP benefits from this. You'd think that every time the Congress comes out, in Haryana elections didn't go well for the Congress. The Aam Aadmi Party did enter the elections and wanted an alliance. The Congress said no. And the BJP pulled off what people would say, I wouldn't say a miracle, because there's no miracles in politics, but certainly a huge surprise upset that took place in Haryana. Let's see how this pans out, because it is no doubt about it exciting. I love it because I get to sit on the sidelines and watch the contest taking place, and the final examination for all these netas after all their politicking comes into the fourth. Let me get Ahmed Ayaz to get a perspective in. Ahmed ji, what do you think now? I know it's a long shot, but what's your gut instinct on how is it going?
No, undoubtedly this is going to be a very interesting election, and then in test in fight, this battle will be really intense fight on one or two accounts. One being that the Kejriwal has been, released, and he resigned, and that could be one reason that things may change. And then having got many MPs in the recent elections by the BJP, so that way they have also made a good ground in Delhi. As said, the fight is going to be neck to neck between BJP and then the what we call it Aam Aadmi Party, and maybe the win will be very marginal, and then there are possibilities either AAP coming up in the government or the BJP. Well, the Congress may not be fairly doing well. The most important would be seeing that the constituencies with 70 constituencies going with 669 candidates, and the most key constituencies being what we call it, the New Delhi and then Kalkaji and then Jangpura, where most important leaders are fighting. So that way this is going to be more interesting, and the result would possibly be that either the AAP will come up with the government which they are fighting off, and then the BJP, which are very seriously looking for coming back after too long, and then the Congress also is trying to see that they are becoming relevant in Delhi now, and but the result as it looks to be that either it has to be AAP or BJP, and even if it comes, BJP comes, it will be with very marginal, maybe with a difference of 2-3 seats, as I see. And if AAP comes, and it will be almost within maybe 3-4 seats to.
Okay, so Sumit, okay, so which way do you think is going to be a wave election? That's either it's Arvind or it's BJP, and there's nothing in between, or do you really think that this is going to be split down the middle? It's going to be too close to call, and before we do it, before we know, we'll be fighting over every vote, on the 8th.
It's Rishabh ji, it's going to be a close one. It's going to be split in the middle with an advantage to BJP. That is what my assessment said. It was an advantage to AAP a couple of days back, but last few days the things have turned for BJP, and people if Delhi are believing one thing. They have not given a try to a double engine sarkar wherein BJP is in the center and BJP is in the state under Modi ji. That has not happened. So if they do it now, Modi ji has good 5 years at the center, and the government of Delhi comes up, which is a BJP government. Now Prime Minister Modi will be kind of in a mood to prove it entire different model of governorship, and will be in a mood to prove how he has turned around Delhi from AAP and the Congress era and all. So the advantage is people for Delhi if they understand it, but there are challenges in a way. There are pockets of minority which will vote for AAP. Congress will have only 2 seats where they can do the magic, which are Muslim dominated. So how much of a mark can really Congress make, and how much of a mark is Congress really willing to make, put their heart and soul in the game? That is what is important. People like Sandeep Dixit, Silampur, Okhla and all, yes, they are fighting. But at an overall level, will they be able to do? Look, 3% vote swing has already happened. 6%, it will be a great advantage to BJP. And if it goes to 9 or 10, BJP will sweep. So will be contemplating between 6 and 10, and we'll be really trying to see where does it settle. So 6 will be a clear-cut advantage to BJP.
Okay, so let me pick up. I was reading this, yesterday about how the manifestos have changed from 2020, not too long ago, to where we are now. Biggest issue in the 2020 assembly election in Delhi was the Jan Lokpal. Both the Congress, the Aam Aadmi Party were talking about Lokpal. Remember, that's where Arvind Kejriwal came from, Lokpal. No conversation about Lokpal, not the BJP, not the Aam Aadmi Party, not the Congress. Nobody wants to talk about Lokpal anymore. That's been very quietly buried by all the politicians. All of them found it inconvenient and just buried it. But let's look at what the Aam Aadmi Party promised. They said doorstep delivery of ration. This got stuck in the courts, went all the way to the Supreme Court, stuck. Doorstep delivery of other services. This was revived and put together, but then it sometimes works, sometimes doesn't work. So sometimes it's been useful. I myself have used the service for renewing my driving license. So yes, it has worked, but currently in many places, if you try this service, it's not working. Pollution was an issue. Well, I can't say Delhi is pollution free. Okay, not even close. So nobody's figured that out. Garbage free Delhi. No, not really. free bus rides to students. This did happen. So if you have a student pass, you can get a free DTC bus. Underground electric cables, said the Aam Aadmi Party, for every household. Didn't happen, not happening. World class roads, you can debate that. Delhi has some good roads and has some really horrendous roads. The deeper you go into the colonies, the worse the roads become. So let's not kid ourselves. When it came to the BJP, which didn't form the government, well, the BJP was offering double-decker buses returning in Delhi and all sorts. But this time around, it's a lot different. Alok Mehta, this time the primary contest is about freebies. Let's not kid ourselves, okay? Yeah. There is a whole electorate of the Aam Aadmi Party which feels that, listen, we have got our free electricity, we've got pretty much free water, and we don't want somebody, including the BJP, and risk taking that away. What's the BJP's response potentially?
Rishabh, certainly this freebie is a real problem for the BJP also, because the Kejriwal tried to convince everybody that yes, he is giving the free Bijli and all. But you know, this time it's a very interesting. Even if they are not very much supporting to BJP, but they are much fed up, because this slogan, I have spoken so many people in my area in East Delhi, and you know, so they only the tenant, because you know, if you are a tenant as a poor person, you will never get the benefit of the free Bijli, because the owners, they get the benefit. They have the 4 meters and they get the 300 unit and all. They say okay, but you have to pay 500 rupees or 800 rupees. This kind of situation is also there. Then the ready walas. Earlier they used to vote for Aam Aadmi Party, and they say, okay, every month we have to pay so much money. So people who are voting for these people, maybe some extent the woman voter who were moving by free bus, I still feel that this was the helpful for the Aam Aadmi Party. Still, there are women who feel that, okay, we can go from anywhere. But I think the Prime Minister Modi himself promised that nothing will be withdrawn. They are not going to withdraw such facilities for the woman or for anybody. So these kind of competition, free hospitals also, everybody knows the Mohalla clinic totally failed, especially in the poor area. People know how much medicine they can get there and treatment there. So these kind of slogans, this time, Kejriwal will face serious problem. Not because I still feel the BJP not campaigned since fighting like Badalal Khurana or the other leaders were fighting earlier. Now they think, okay, Prime Minister Modi is with us, so like Lok Sabha election we will win. That is the only problem with the BJP.
No, but that was true. But Alokji, that was true 5 years ago also. Okay, yeah. That was true. But the more local the politics gets, and yes, is there an overarching national issue up for the grounds? I haven't seen one in this election campaign. That this is about security, it's about terrorism. You'd think pollution would be an overarching national issue and a major issue. No one's talking about it. All they did, every party, doesn't make a difference which party, which candidate, all they did was pass the buck. Nobody came up with a plan that this is how we're going to stop pollution. The Aam Aadmi Party knows that the pollution also comes from Punjab, but they don't do much about it there. The BJP, Maun Vrat, nobody wants to talk about where the pollution is coming from. Okay, it's just, it's like doesn't exist. It's the emperor's new clothes. I find it rather strange. Himanshu Bhatt wants to make a point. Himanshu ji, go ahead.
Sorry. Actually, what I feel is, this time around, both the parties with the freebie, loaded with the freebies, the voter of Delhi is going to be important because he has to choose who is more creditable among the two. Whether it is Arvind Kejriwal, who is still credible, or whether it's BJP. And though BJP does not have a face, they are talking in terms of Modi. But whereas Modi cannot rule Delhi. Here you have a Kejriwal. So for the people of Delhi, despite getting all these freebies, I have a very specific gut feeling which it says people will have to go through a stern examination to decide who is credible alternative for them. Who is credible? After 10 years, it is still the Arvind Kejriwal with all these false promises.
Okay, but we say people of Delhi. Let me reverse the question before I get Emma-ji back into this conversation. Sumit, let me come back to you. So, you live in the neighborhood, all right? So, this budget just 3 days ago has been about the middle class. Okay, 1 lakh crore, tax cut for the middle class, right? So,
Correct.
in terms of electricity, water, other services, have your bills gone down in the past 5 years or have they gone up?
I think if you look at the overall consumption has increased because with every day our loads are increasing. Yes, the electricity bills and all have not gone down, they have increased. There is a bit of subsidy which comes in, which is not so much important. But if I look at the current budget, what Nirmala ji has given us is 12 lakhs of tax-free income. That is what matters to me. 200 units of power is not going to change my life, but that, and even after that, there are incremental slabs of tax. One more slab of tax is introduced. I think that kind of an impact is much bigger because now I can plan my money. I can do what I want to with the money and use it where I want to. I can prioritize. I don't want the government to come and prioritize my savings. Okay, I'm giving you a bijli free. And let's not forget, Rishabh 1 crore households are getting this free solar power panels where they're going to generate power of their own. Even how many households we have around? Not more than 20.
Yeah, but a carrot in hand is better than two in the bush, says the aphorism. Alok Mehta, for the middle class in Delhi, and Delhi has a middle class also, okay, are you seeing electricity bills going down or going up in the past 4-5 years?
It is going up. The middle class, the real problem is because if you have more than 300 unit and then again you are facing problem. So the power and the water, you see for middle class, the serious problem of the water is not in the poor colonies. But I think the middle class, that's why the woman voter this time turning to the BJP just because of the drinking water and the higher electricity bill. And they think, okay, because this on the name of the free electricity, we are paying more money. So these kind of serious issues which are the middle class or the lower middle class, they are also facing this problem. And especially what you are talking pollution, that's why I'm thinking. Drinking water is more challenging even than the air pollution. One can say, okay, if air pollution, if you go to Ghaziabad, there will be also some pollution, or you go to Indore, you will get some pollution. But here, every day, every morning, when people facing problems, and yesterday you have seen in some areas that how the tanker mafia, they are just pipeline going in the poor area. So this is the major issue in Delhi wala,
okay,
and that's why I think the issue for the
one would think that this is the obvious issue, okay, that for sure it doesn't make a difference if you are rich or poor or middle class, immigrant or long-standing resident. The air you're breathing for sure is all the same.
Yeah.
Okay, your water purification you can still do. Okay, air purification is almost impossible. You can put all the machines. But as soon as you open a window, then that's it. No, and you can't lock yourself and only inhale carbon dioxide. So you eventually have to open a window. Okay. So you think it's in every person's issues. Ahmed Ayaz, has anybody really thought about addressing this issue? Or do all the politicians sell us down the river quite literally on this?
See, in fact, when we come on the issues facing Delhi, Kejriwal may try to claim that health facilities, education, and other services have been done. But the main issues with the Delhi remains to be, mostly the pollution and the water supply, the most important, traffic jamming, and then what you call it, environmental issues, which mostly, people are confronted with, which possibly nobody has been in a position to address so far. And there also, though there are some manifestos speak about all these things, but the mainly voter will be, as we see, they will be, concerned about their electric supplies, their electric tariffs, and then as one of my friends said about this water supplies, and then the Yamuna, the issues coming out, Yamuna development. I mean, people are mostly now concerned about all these daily issues which are confronted with. So that's why the people are looking to see that a better option is available to them. They make a better choice of the leaders to see that they deliver. Despite the fact that the Aam Aadmi Party has a base because of they are easily accessible, but that's not enough. That may help to them to some extent that they are accessible compared to any other leaders of other political parties.
Okay, but the Aam Aadmi Party, which fundamentally, sir, just replaced the Congress, lock, stock and barrel in Delhi. It's like the Congress in Delhi just vanished. And you'd think that was impossible. That at that point of time, Sheila Dikshit was very much, alive and I won't say fully into politics, but she did make a comeback, later to try to take on Arvind Kejriwal. That also didn't work. The Aam Aadmi Party replaced the Congress lock, stock and barrel. The BJP was nowhere in Delhi for the past 25 years. Okay, so, it's not like then they brought in Kiran Bedi, that didn't work. Again, they don't have a face. In the Lok Sabha, last time around there's Gautam Gambhir, but now he's no longer in politics. He's now a coach of the cricket team. This time they got Bansuri Swaraj 1 year ago. You'd think she would have become front and center of the campaign, but no, she's not the front and center of the campaign either. So what's going on? One wonders. Let me try to hit reporters on the ground to get a perspective of what's happening. Aditya Kumar is with us. He is in Rohini. Uday Pratap Singh to be joining us from Janpat very, very shortly. We'll be getting those perspectives in. But Sumit, what happened? What happened to the BJP in Delhi that despite now 12 years and counting of Narendra Modi, they don't have a face in Delhi?
I think to be an honest answer would be, Rishabhji, there were 3 or 4 major camps in Delhi within BJP. And let's not take the names today, but where the names are, very well better than me. Now, this time around, if you look at the distribution of tickets, there's one clear trend. Either it's a very, very prominent and a strong person from any of the old camps, any of the 4 old camps, or it's altogether a new case. If you can have a National General Secretary like Dushyant Gautamji asked to contest a MLA ka chunav, that talks volumes. You have Pravesh Verma contesting against Kejriwal. It talks a lot of things. And then you will have either those heavyweights which are sure shot to win, or you have given chance to entirely new faces. So the result will be, let's say these new people are able to make it and heavyweights are able to make it. A new party will shape up. So those 3-4 camps which have been kind of going against each other will automatically cancel each other out. And again, there is no CM declared, because that will be the discretion of Prime Minister Modi, who he thinks is the best person looking at the combination to lead the flock. So it might be even a surprise like Manohar Lal Khattarji, who was brought in Haryana. Nobody knew. Saini ji was brought in, and all the CMs of last 4 elections which they won, most of the CMs were not known before that. So there might be a surprise like that. It will be a new formation which Modi ji will do. He will use this election to make an entirely new formation so that he doesn't have to swim with sandbags tied to his legs, if I can be as precise as that. So that is what the game plan is going to be. So in that, it's not important to name the CM. It's important to win as many seats as you can. That will be the first objective.
Yes, as many seats. I don't know if a halfway house is what's going to happen. And honestly, this is where it's hinging. That is it. You'd think Arvind Kejriwal is a bit weaker because just practically, for people who wanted to give him a chance. Right, that this is a person who's coming up with a new style of politics. He's never been a politician before, and let's give the guy a chance. Now, will there be less people after having seen the last 5 years who want to just give benefit of doubt? New chap, okay, let's give him a chance, or will there be more? Logic would tell you there'll be less, right? And elections are decided 2-3% of the vote is the difference, okay, between winning and losing. All right. So that's a factor there. So, but Alok Mehta, let me put that practical thought to you, because after all that Delhi is seen, I mean, Arvind Kejriwal, first time he became chief minister, when he had his old coterie of the Aam Aadmi Party was still there, he was still the dharna activist. He was on the footpath as chief minister, protesting against the central government. Arvind Kejriwal 2.0 in Delhi as a full-term 5-year chief minister was a lot different, but then we had a liquor scam in Delhi. Now, whether there was a liquor scam, there probably was. Whether Arvind Kejriwal and his senior leaders are corrupt or not, that's up to the courts. But something dodgy, Alok Mehta, did happen.
Yeah, certainly it's a problem for Arvind Kejriwal, because he started with a very clean image and very honest person all the time. But after this liquor escape, everybody was talking in Mohalla and everywhere. You see that, oh, this man can do this. Maybe for poor people think, okay, everybody is corrupt and all. But for middle class or the other people, they also feel that, oh, what he is doing, just opening shops, liquor shops, also troubled the women voters in Delhi. So these kind of image, I think he destroyed himself because he was in a hurry. You remember, Rishabh ji, Lalu Yadav started where the foreigners came in 90s, but where he ruled because he was from the roots. But the Arvind Kejriwal, he was also in hurry. Remember 5 years back, people used to in news channels also showing who will be the better prime minister. Even his name was also there with other chief ministers. You see, he was trying to image 488 crores rupees to, in 2021, spending money for the advertising, for imaging, and there's the same Nair is in the culprit in the liquor scheme. So these kind of people who were thinking that he was in hurry, he's going all over, he was contesting election in Gujarat, Goa, and Haryana, and Punjab even in his party, because the Aam Aadmi Party was not so much there, but the Congress in fighting and the Akali Dal and all, BJP was not weak there. So maybe this is the problem of the Arvind Kejriwal. He was in hurry, he wanted to be a national leader, and wanted to contest against the Narendra Modi ji. Remember in Varanasi also he started at that time. So I think this.
Yeah, but this is a different Arvind Kejriwal. That was an Arvind Kejriwal who decided his first Lok Sabha election in the Aam Aadmi Party. They will contest 400 plus seats. And Arvind Kejriwal himself will go and take on Narendra Modi in Varanasi. But Arvind Kejriwal became a whole lot different. They decided that, okay, we need to conserve our strength. And he did turn Punjab. Punjab, where the people, the voters, the Punjabis have told you, we are sick of the Akalis. We are sick of the Congress. We don't want Sidhu and company and the Badals. We don't want any of them. But we don't want to replace them with the BJP either. So we're going to again give the new man a chance. Okay. And that's what they've done. And under Bhagwant Mann, who's been chief minister now, it's not Arvind Kejriwal did not go. I remember just a few years ago in Delhi, Manish Sisodia's hoardings were everywhere. And the assumption was being made that, okay, Manish Sisodia is going to be, propped up to become chief minister of Delhi, which is not really a full chief ministership. And eventually, an Arvind will shift to Punjab. That didn't happen. As things stand, he is neither chief minister of Delhi nor chief minister of Punjab, but certainly the election is being fought in his name. I need to take a very short break, but I will be, as you're watching voting take place. Vijender Gupta has been voting this morning. He leads the BJP in Delhi. Manish Sisodia is out and about the temples. What on your screen is Sandeep Dixit casting his vote as we speak. I don't know what we're doing with our screens right now. I'll come back to Mr. Ahmed Ayaz. Ahmed Ayaz, what then are the issues this time? Is this going to be a highly charged up election? It's almost felt flat. It's almost felt that there is a very quiet election happening in Delhi.
No, as I said, that issues would be the water supply or the issues, and then the traffic jamming is the issue in Delhi, and then pollution and the environment, and then the security issues like safety issues like women safety, which are most concerning. These are some of the issues which concern every individual on the ground, and while people may talk politically many things, but what a common person is concerned about is that what is being done for him or her. See, these are the important issues where people are, even electricity also is an issue, despite the despite the policy of free electricity, etc., etc. Then the bills have been going up in the in Delhi, and then there is no electricity, as I understand, proper electricity in Delhi also. So these are the issues which concern to a common person.
So let's not kid ourselves. Delhi, ladies and gentlemen, people watching across the country, Delhi now is a richer city than Bombay. Okay, that of course means large disparities of wealth. But I can tell you that if you're middle class in this Delhi, your electricity bills have skyrocketed. Okay, people who are living in 1 bedroom, 2 bedroom apartments are spending thousands per month in electricity. I have seen Delhi become more expensive. Now, inflation is a reality all over the world, so let's not kid ourselves. But is Delhi, I would say, an expensive city to live in? Yes, it has become more expensive. But that's the natural course of events. But when it comes to core issues or what has changed, I don't know, because in Delhi, a lot has changed. But at the same time, when we look out our windows every November and just see smog everywhere, that's an unhappy change. I promise you, if you look at Delhi before 2016-17, and this got nothing to do with a particular politician. Winter was not like this. Okay, this is a phenomenon of the last 7-8 years, that everywhere you are just seeing smoke, and you can see the fires burning. Nobody does anything about it. Sumit, all the politicians, BJP, AAP, Congress, nobody is actually taking on this issue. Nobody cares, seems to care. It's not like the center comes and forms committees to take care of the pollution in North India. It's not like the Aam Aadmi Party does anything about it in Punjab. So, if that is not an issue, what is?
AAP came with a brand of politics which was centric towards freebies. AAP came with a brand of politics which was about rotating things in a very, in creating a lot of optical illusions. So what has BJP tasted in Maharashtra and Haryana was you have to get the woman voter on your side. You have to roll out a few schemes with Ladli Behna and others. They did the magic. So in Haryana and Maharashtra, they discovered it. Now here they've got the woman voter on their side. Modi ji is a much more credible face than Arvind Kejriwal in India, and there's a lot of anti-incumbency against Kejriwal. Now the balance is what can you do to get the men and the others to vote for you? Because BJP has realized if you want to win Delhi, you cannot talk of terrorism, you cannot talk of Pakistan, you cannot talk of those bigger issues. They might work at a parliamentary election, but not at a state election. They will not cut eyes because Kejriwal will go and cut you with those small trivial issues, like he tried to create this fiasco that I was zapped that BJP government is trying to kill 1/3 of the Delhi population. Knowing very well when if Yamuna gets poisoned, there is no way you can control this. Pani will go to a Aam Aadmi wala ghar and it will not go to a BJP wala ghar. There is no way you can control this. If he can come up with those atrocious claims, so you have to really come to his level and talk in his terminology and attack his core voter bank, which he was just holding on to those atrocious terms and all those atrocious things. So BJP had to really come down to his level to fight the man, which they have done this time.
Okay, but politicians make all sorts of claims. Corruption was the biggest issue, not only for the Aam Aadmi Party in its genesis under the Lokpal movement, but also for the BJP. 2014 was all about corruption. How many people went to jail? I can't really think of many. Even Lalu Prasad Yadav is roaming free right now. So, who's in jail? No, not a single. Colgate, CWG was the biggest scandal in Delhi when I was coming out of college and just starting my job, right? It's the biggest scandal, right? This BRT corridor, biggest scandal, right? What happened to it? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Political whitewashing took place, and let's not kid ourselves. All the politicians seem to work like that. I don't get it. And the same Arvind Kejriwal, who's talking about corruption, well, he was in alliance with Lalu Prasad Yadav just 1 year ago. So, all politicians eventually become the same, and I'm making no distinctions, BJP or otherwise, because I've seen no major politician in this country go to jail for corruption. Is the BJP corrupt? I don't know. Has it been accused of large-scale corruption? No, not really. Nothing has stuck. Is the Aam Aadmi Party been accused of corruption? Yes, but have they been convicted? Not really. These are all investigations, not even trials. So let's not kid ourselves. But let me look on the positive side. Okay, that's the frustration of the people that okay, politicians are all the same. But let me look at the positive. Himanshu, but this time around, a quieter election in Delhi. We weren't in the news for all the wrong reasons, and the wrong reasons are generally rioting, something dodgy going on, ugly scenes, guns being brought out, police lathi charges going on. All of this hasn't happened, so it's been a pretty quieter election. Is that happy news?
It's a happy news, but there is a shimmering undercurrent. You see the last 3 or 4 state elections, and you will find this pattern, The voter not coming out with the open mouth. And that has got a lot to do with the loss of face of a politician. I'm putting it very subtly and saying, every politician, the loss of face has been great. And so the voter is unsure till the last moment. He decides. He waits for it. And then when you see the results,
okay,
you will understand that entirely, if I am thinking that same way, Sumit is also thinking the same way. And so is Rushabh. And so, when the results come out, you see that happening even in Maharashtra. You see that happening in Haryana. You will see that happening.
Okay, so you are saying it's a surprise. Logic would tell you do not underestimate Arvind Kejriwal's support base.
Yes,
Logic
yes,
would tell
definitely.
you do not underestimate freebie politics.
Yes.
And Arvind Kejriwal has mastered those politics in Delhi. So do not underestimate him. Logic would tell you that. But in a wave election, logic gets thrown out of the window. Okay. So it could be that the people in this capital who said, okay, we want to give Arvind Kejriwal a chance, now feel no, actually the double engine sarkar works better for Delhi because this concept doesn't work. Okay. And then it just completely flips the other way. Who knows what happens. So anything is possible. Let's listen in. Speaking of the Aam Aadmi Party, Manish Sisodia catching up with us. Let's quickly listen in.
आज वोटिंग का दिन है, क्या मैसेज देना चाहेंगे लोगों को और कितने कॉन्फिडेंट हैं?
मैसेज तो यही है कि कालका माई के चरणों में मैंने प्रार्थना की है कि माता रानी सबके ऊपर आशीर्वाद बना के रखे और जितने भी दिल्ली के लोग हैं सबके लिए एक अच्छी काम करने वाली